Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon. We are here at the Artist Connective, New York City, the summer of 2019 at the Eva Scrivo Salon, and I am here with Pigment, and she doesn't use her real name. She is Pigment on Instagram, Pigment,
Yes.
with dots.
Oh, there's lots of underscores in that.
Yeah, but look her up. It's so cool. And we're here doing this. She's in charge of color on her team, and we came back here. She's hiding in the color room, and we looked over and we were like, Pigment, what are you doing? What is this? This is so cool. So tell us what this is.
Okay, so I'm doing a honeycomb weft. And basically this is all just negative space. The the blonde part is what the color of the weft was originally. And to make sure that I just got really good absorption with the direct dyes, just because it is a weft and the cuticle's closed. I like to do kind of like a shampoo cap beforehand, which is basically just a little bit of bleach, a little bit of developer, and then I mix it with some shampoo and some hot water, and I just kind of set it on there for about 5 minutes.
That's to prep the weft.
Definitely want to do that.
And then do you dry it, or is it okay to apply color to the wet weft?
I think it just depends on what I'm doing exactly and how much deposit of color I want to get. Sometimes I'll even dry the weft and then thin out the direct dye a little bit, because that seems to kind of help it seep in. And when you're doing something like a print such as this, you're not really moving the hair around, so you really want the color to be a little bit thinner so that it'll kind of just sink into the hair.
You want to give us a formula?
So this is Matic Panic's Pro Line gel color, and I really like doing this line when I do prints like this, just because it is a gel formula, and that color line, it's like no other direct dye I've ever used, because it really seeps in deeper into the cuticle. So it's more like a stain, whereas like with cream colors, you have to kind of work them in, and wherever you put them right away, like you see it, it's just like a direct dye, it's there. But with this, because of the way it seeps into the hair, you have a little bit more time to kind of play with it and manipulate it and move it around, which in the beginning for me was kind of, I don't know, I didn't like it. I liked cream color, but I just kept working with it, and I just honestly really like it now.
All right, before I ask her more questions, I know what you're all thinking. Why doesn't she wear gloves? What's your scoop here? Look at her hands. This is so great. Do you not wear gloves?
No, I don't ever wear gloves. I don't know. I have to touch the hair. I have to really like get in there. I mean, my hands are always full of color. I feel like gloves just get in the way. And a lot of times, even when I color on hair, I'm barefoot on the floor, like just, you know.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, so how do you rinse these to make sure that the colors aren't melting together?
So this is red, right next to blonde. And anytime you have that going on, it's really easy to get the bleed onto the blonde. It can go pink. And with direct dyes, you really don't have to shampoo it out. You could just rinse it with cold water, and that's really it. But with these colors too, though, they are more like stains, and it's really in there. So I can rinse it off, and it's fine. But if I go in and shampoo it, then you're kind of changing the pH. The cuticle is more open. It's just more exposed and wants to grab onto that color. So that's just how I kind of like to do that. If I need to shampoo it, when using red and blonde, I'll use a purple shampoo, just because that kind of helps to counteract any of the pink pigments that might happen. Or I will sometimes even mix conditioner and put that on before I add the color to kind of protect the blonde areas or the negative space areas.
Okay, so now for the big reveal. We're going to go out here to where they're being dried and prepped for your model. So we're following you. Go ahead. And again, we're here at the Artist Connective at Eva Scrivo Salon, and we have 8 teams of phenomenal hairdressers doing all this. Introduce your partner.
So this is Casey Powell.
Casey, how do we follow you?
You can follow me at Updo Guru.
That's the Updo Guru. Okay, so tell us what's going on here, because you have different shades, and now these are dry.
Yes.
Tell us what's going on.
So these are just with the yellow, but the same pattern with the negative space, just coloring in, you know, the yellow areas. I think that it'll just add a good contrast with the other ones with the red. And when we're done, we're going to add some bees on top with some body paint.
Oh, that's so cool. So we're going to just turn this around for a minute to see the dry. What do you call these different looks?
just a honeycomb type effect. Um, didn't want to make it too obvious, but because I am going to paint the bees on top, I didn't want it to be too obvious that's what it is, but if it kind of catches your eye, you see the bees and it kind of comes together, and then it all kind of makes sense.
This is so great. You guys, we can't wait to see the finished look. What is your model, like a lawyer or in the financial?
What's what?
How is she gonna go back to work
Oh.
looking like this? It's pretty cool.
Yes, no, that would be funny. Our model is actually my twin sister, so that's
So
exciting.
she knew what she was getting into.
Yes, no, she knew.
That's so great. All right, so thank you. So it's Updo Guru, and then Pigment. It's the Artist Connective. Please follow us at Modern Salon. We've got other cool things like this. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
you.
you.